I wanted to make this video to emphasize and explain one of the key requirements for the definition essay assignment, and that is the requirement that you include at least 2 personal examples somewhere in your essay. I want to explain why that's a requirement and what I mean by personal examples. So there are 2 reasons why that's a requirement. The first is the English department and I do not want you just using AI like ChatGPT or something else to write your essays. If you look at the syllabus, you'll see that's a policy the English department has. And the reason behind that is we want to hear your voice as a writer and for you to develop that. And it's hard to use ChatGPT to give personal examples because it's a machine and it doesn't have them to offer. But just as importantly, using personal examples really helps make your essay a lot more interesting. It's going to give you a better essay. Because let's face it, a definition essay could be kind of dry. But what makes it interesting, vivid, and memorable are those little personal stories and anecdotes. That's what I always remember when I read people's essays. So it's a good practice anyway to include some of those in your essay. But what do I mean by a personal example? Well, there are 2 characteristics that would indicate that you're providing a personal example. One is that it's written in first person. So you're using I or me or my or mine as you're talking about the example. Now you don't want to use that throughout the whole essay, but just for when you're giving that example. Secondly, a personal example is something that you or someone that you personally know have experienced or witnessed. So usually that's yourself, but sometimes it's a family member or a friend who's told you about that. So that's what we mean by a personal example. So when you're writing your definition essay, don't forget to include at least 2 personal examples. As I said, those are the things that can make an essay really interesting, vivid, and memorable. So I hope you'll remember to include that.